Now, coming to you live from Live the Dream Media Studio, Southern Arizona Sports Talk, with your host, Raul Soto Romero.
What's up, guys? We are back for another episode. Today is huge. We got 3 professional athletes. I just told you about 2. We got a special guest, my old teammate, Jose Dicocea. We went inside the gym at Just Sporting to see what he was up to before spring training. But right now, we have an absolute legend from Tucson who's lived in Tucson. He's from the Dominican Republic. He was a coach for the WBC Dominican Republic team, coached the Minnesota Twins, Rockies, and he's fresh off the Caribbean Series. Coach Tony Diaz, how you doing, brother?
Well, thank you. I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on.
Cool. Hey, so a lot of people, when I told them about you, they're like, "What is the Caribbean Series?" So can you just tell us about what that is, where it's at, and everything?
Well, the Caribbean Series is a tournament that is hosted could be in the Dominican Republic, Mexico, Venezuela, Puerto Rico, or even in Miami. And the champions of each of those leagues face on a week tournament. So and that's what happened this past season. I was fortunate to be with Leones del Escogido in the Dominican and with Albert Pujols as the manager. And
Yeah.
we won there. And then we came over to Mexico, Mexicali, and ended up facing the Charros de Jalisco. Benji Gill was the manager, and on an epic game, we won 1-0.
You won 1-0.
Yeah,
When did you guys score that run?
actually, we scored on a double play, on a ground ball double play hit by Robinson Cano with the bases loaded.
Oh, so you
Like
had
in the
Rob
third
Sano
inning.
on your team?
Yeah, he happened to be in our club.
How smooth is that dude?
Still smooth, he's 42 years old, but obviously not quite the player he used to be, but definitely the flashes of greatness are still there.
That's awesome. So who are some other players you had on your team, such as greats like Robinson Cano? Because now I'm like, I got to figure out who else was on this team.
Uh, he was the biggest name, but we did have a couple of players that, played the big leagues. Christian Adames, who original Rocky, he was on the team. We had the catchers Francisco Mejia, Francisco Pena, both catchers, big league time. Jimmy Cordero, who closed the game against Mexico, the closer, Fernando Abad. We have quite a few of them. Junior Lake, guys that have passed their primes at the big league level for the most part,
Yeah.
but definitely they still, they still bring
winning
it.
championships.
Yes.
So what's the biggest difference with playing in the States to something like the WBC or the Caribbean Series, like in terms of the fans and its overall atmosphere?
Well, it's extremely crazy, as you know, the Latinos in general. We are louder than the typical American fan. So
we got some fire in us.
we do, man, and when we have those crowds, literally in between pitches is nonstop. So for me, the biggest thing as a coach and as a player is to try to really eliminate the distractions, because there's going to be more distractions in those tournaments than even in the playoffs in the States when you make it to the postseason, which is obviously a lot more crazy than usual. But just the nature of our own fans and how loud we are and how reactive we are to like one pitch, let alone one play.
Was there a moment in the Caribbean Series where you're just like, oh my God, this crowd is erupting?
Well, it was from day one. And Mexico is famous for that. The fans bring it. They pack it. They pack the stadium up. Even when Mexico was not playing, which typically was the first game of that double, the double header of that game. We played our opener was against Venezuela, and there's like 13,000 fans to start the game.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
That's incredible. So kind of compare it to your experience in the WBC. What experience did you like the most, and where do you actually learn the most? Because one thing now that I'm a coach, I realize even as a coach, you're constantly learning to improve your coaching skills, just like you would constantly improve your playing skills.
100%. I'd like to piggyback on that. I'm a firm believer in modeling the behavior that you want your players to display out there day in and day out. If you're a coach, if you're going to be any good coach, you can't just, tell them to do stuff and not modeling that behavior yourself. So the WBC experience was probably even bigger than the Caribbean World Series, because now you have the major league players that are now still being active and producing at the highest level.
Yeah, like Carlos Pena, like absolute greats.
Well, yeah, I mean the Dominican team, and we had Manny Machado, Willie Adames, Jeremy Pena,
Jeremy, that's what I meant by Carlos. Jeremy
yeah,
Pena, the
yeah,
shortstop.
Ketel Marte, Wander Franco, who at that time was still a stud and was playing. So you got so many guys, Julio Rodriguez, Juan Soto. You got so many of them together that if you're not totally focused and really keeping things simple and keeping the priorities, you can easily get distracted because at the end of the day, you have a lot of all-stars, but you got to play as a team to win.
Yeah. That brings me to a really good question. How do you have superstars on that team? And with superstars, sometimes comes egos, different personalities. When you were at the WBC, how did you make sure as a coach, everyone kind of sense this family vibe? We need to come together as a family to represent our country.
That's the biggest challenge. That's the biggest challenge for any of those, powerhouse countries like, the U.S., Puerto Rico, or the DR, Venezuela for sure. I'm sure that the Japanese got to deal with that themselves, but it's at the end of the day is understanding that you got to be selfless as a player. You're doing it for your country. You're doing it for your fans, and it's no longer that the fact that I got a $300 million contract in my that is backing me up. It's about doing what's needed, what the team needs me to do in this particular situation. And that could be playing a different position than you are accustomed to, or it could be doing something different. It could be maybe laying a bunt down, or going stealing a base, or as pitchers, different roles. It's just you got to be extremely selfless, and again, keeping the main goal, which is to bring that joy to your country and your fans.
Yeah, lifting up that trophy at the end of March.
100%.
So I'm really fortunate right now that I have the opportunity to be the JV coach at Marana High School. And for me, a lot of the questions they have is what does it take to be a Major League Baseball player physically? And for me, I'm really big. My uncle is Craig Bjornse, who's been able to teach me what the Major League mindset is. Coming from you, what kind of mindset do you need to have to be at the highest level and be successful at the highest level?
Well, it takes, besides the fact you said physically you have to develop your strength. At the end of the day, these guys, if you come, I'm sure you watch big league hitters and pitchers, and now that spring training just started, the strength is real.
It looks like you got some strength too, Coach. I see those biceps, man. You look good right now.
Well, you got to walk the talk. I like to really take care of my body and stay in shape. But at the end of the day, hitting the ball hard, consistently, being able to defend hard hit balls, because that's what they're going to hit to you most of the time. And from a pitching standpoint, not only throwing hard and having good spin on your breaking balls and this and that, but being able to command that and control it. Those are the physical attributes. Mentally, it takes really a great deal of commitment to be the best that you can be. And I believe in developing an identity. Who is it that you want to become? Because it's really hard for anybody to be great if you don't see yourself being great down the road. And greatness is just being good consistently, day in and day out. It's not like you're going to be Superman tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it's about that consistency that you can bring day in and day out. And I believe is doing it with everything that you can control, with your effort, your attitude, your preparation, your focus. Anything that is controllable, if you are great at that, if you're excellent at that, you are putting yourself in the best position to have success at the highest level.
Absolutely. What player best represents that in your coaching career that you've seen best represents someone that takes care of himself physically, also top-notch mentally?
Carlos Correa is at the top of my list. and right there's Nelson Cruz.
Let me throw this in. That's one of the nicest dudes I met when my uncle was with the Astros, man. Him and Jose Altuve, I was a little eighth grade, and they're still making jokes with me in the dugout in Yankee Stadium, man. Those two they're down to earth. They're amazing people.
No, they are, man. They are. And again, Carlos, I learned so much. It was a true privilege working with him and being in that part of the journey with him. But oh my God, I mean, he's elite when it comes to anything and everything that will make him better. And when you have that type of clarity of where you're going in your career, where you want to really accomplish, it's easy to say no to a lot of things that could be distractions and things that are not in line with your ultimate goal, which in his case is to be a Hall of Fame player.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, because he's dealt with a lot of adversity. You know, you talk about free agency. It seemed like he signed with two different teams before he ended back with the Twins. Did he ever talk about how he got through that, kind of teams not believing in him because of an injury that he had from the past?
Yeah, he shared that with us, and it was hard. Obviously, he's human, and when you get rejected, rejection is not welcome by anybody. It's you gotta learn to deal with that as you develop as a person. But yeah, it was hard. But at the end of the day, he actually used that as fuel to even be more on top of those things, and silent the critics and the experts in a way, that they're thinking, guys that have studied medicine and they work in the medical field for a long time, they're saying that maybe his career is not going to last that long because of the foot, the ankle, this and that, and that fueled him and motivated him to be even more on top of that and continue to research and do better, so that when he's hopefully down the road, he looks back and he's in Cooperstown saying, "Look, I made it," and despite a lot of doubts.
Yeah, I always say that success is best revenge.
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah. So I got one question before we leave. I think out of all the baseball players you've been around, I think your son's probably one of the best one. What's he up to? I remember playing slow pitch softball with him at Davis Elementary School.
Oh, my son is a sophomore in junior college in Florida, the College of Central Florida. Yeah, he's doing okay. Off to a little bit of a slow start right now, but I don't think he's got 30 ABs yet. So it's part of this season. It happens. So hopefully he can pick it up and finish strong, and we'll see what happens. But he's doing well. Proud of the fact that he's really disciplined, and he's from by all accounts. When I talk to the coaches, they rave about the kind of teammate that he is, and what he brings to the table day in and day out with the things that I alluded to, the controllables.
That's awesome. One more thing, because you got a whole family of baseball talent. If I think this is right, your daughter's a scout for the Mariners now?
Yeah, she's scouting for the Seattle Mariners. Again, really, really proud of her. She, started loving the game, I guess, over the last 5 years or so. That when she really said, I want to make a career in baseball. And she did an internship with MLB. And after that, it's offers after offer. She went to Toronto with the Blue Jays for another internship. And now she's scouting in the Midwest for the Seattle Mariners. So extremely blessed and fortunate to.
That's awesome. Making history doing that, man. That's incredible. I want to thank you for being on the show. So originally I was going to end it off with your best Craig Bjorn's story, but he said he wants to keep his job. So he told me not to do that. I appreciate you being on, Coach. Have a great day. Good luck with the rest of the way. Good luck on the rest of your career. Thank you for being on.
No, thanks for having me on, man. I wish you the best as well. And you're doing great things. Keep it up.
Thank you. Tell everyone I said what's up.
All right. Later.
All right, guys. So one thing I was going to do before, but I wanted to make sure we got to Coach Diaz. We have Richard Lopez with the Ministry Minute. Savi, play that now, brother.
Welcome to the Sports Minute with Chaplain Richard Lopez with the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Guys, I want to share a verse this week that's going to put us in a position to be able to evaluate how we're operating as we prepare. And this is what the verse says. It says, "Pay careful attention to your own work, for then you will get the satisfaction of a job well done. And you won't need to compare yourself to anyone else, for we are each responsible for our own conduct." And the reason I share that is because so many times we watch other people prepare, and we always assume well, I want to prepare like them. What if you started preparing to the best of your ability to become the best you? Because I can't worry about what anybody else is doing in their life. I can only worry about what am I doing in my preparation. Because again, I can't be satisfied by what someone else does. I can only be satisfied and content with what I'm doing and how I'm preparing on a weekly basis. And I don't have to compare myself to anyone else because, again, I don't find fulfillment or contentment by comparing myself because I'm not them. Be the best you this week. Focus on what you've been called to do. And man, take advantage of every moment, every choice. Like that scripture says at the end, we are responsible for our own conduct. Take care of you so that we can take care of each other. But if I'm not getting better, we're not getting better. Enjoy the week and let's make it an awesome one because we're focusing on our responsibilities. Take care of what you've been called to live and play. And man, enjoy the journey this week.
What's up, guys? I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you, Mr. Lopez. He's played a huge part of my life. You know, I was dealing with some stuff just Monday, and it's funny. You can spend an hour with them and feel like it changes your life. Speaking of guys that are doing big things in their life, I wanted to make sure I stacked this show. It's Valentine's Day. You got to spread the love. So we got one more professional athlete before we get to our main event. Jose Dicocea, who's in the AIDS organization. He's my ex-teammate. We went inside the gym at Jet Sporting with him to see what he was up to. We're going to play that. Then we're going to get to an ad break. Then we got our main event of the evening, Anthony El Toro Birchak. Play it, Savi. What's up, guys? We're at Jet Sporting with Jose Dicocea with the AIDS organization. How you doing, brother?
Doing good, thanks.
You just got done with the workout, man. Tell us a little about what you guys do here every single day.
Yeah, it's really good. It says good about make sure we get a proper warm up, pretty much attacking everything we need. Good split like Monday, Thursday is the lower body, Tuesday, Friday upper body.
That's how you be throwing 98 all the time, right?
Yes, sir.
So you're really, in a sense, a role model for these younger kids, especially coming from Sahuarita, especially being on the south side. What does that mean to be a role model to the younger groups coming up?
Yeah, it feels really good knowing that like even if it doesn't get too much attention down here, there's still a lot of talent,
Absolutely.
a lot of people that need to get exposed, and so it's good being able to like be something the kids can see and be like, oh, I can do that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's possible. So going into this year, what are the kind of the goals and kind of the things you wanted to make sure you improved on coming from last year?
So my biggest flaw last year was probably just attacking the strike zone in general. Plus pitches, everything was good. I was just falling behind
You
hitters.
still got that nasty slider from high school, right? Or curveball or something like that.
Definitely. It's just basically beating myself. So this year, just going out there attacking early, get ahead, and everything else should fall in play.
Awesome. So we got a lot of young kids that watch the show and watch our Instagram. What advice would you give them just on mentality that you have to be a professional baseball player?
I would say don't get caught up so much in rankings, being worried about being the top guy. Just get better every day, improve at what you're best at, and keep going from there.
Absolutely. What's one thing you're looking forward to for first day of spring?
Just mostly being around the guys, but probably the biggest thing is just competing again. It's like all off season you're working hard, your body's feeling great. But the one thing missing is competing.
Yeah, striking fools out,
Beat
right?
that guy, make that guy look bad at the plate. Let the guys behind you make a play.
Absolutely. So I always try to do something fun to kind of end this off, brother. Do you have like a funny story you could tell me about club ball? Or not club ball, pro ball?
Yeah, I would say this was probably like 3 years ago. It was in Low A, Stockton. We had a kids' day. So Wednesday was like an 11 o'clock game, basically full of elementary school kids. Stadium full, probably the fullest the stadium's ever gotten all year. And we had this kid who was stealing signs. And anybody who knows baseball, like,
you got to get pegged after that.
It's an unwritten rule, yeah. So sure enough, the funny part of the story is when the kid that we're going to hit comes up to bat, our catcher talks to him. He's like, hey, like, why are you stealing? Like, just talks to him in general. And I'm pretty sure the umpire hears that. So me, without realizing the catcher said that, I'm just like, all right, here it goes. Throw it at him. Before the ball even gets there, fucking umpire tosses me.
Oh, dang. All right, you guys heard that. Don't steal signs so you don't get hit by 98. Jose, good luck this year, brother. Check him out, Oakland A's organization. What level do you think you're going to be at this year, brother?
Hopefully start high, double A, and see how far we can get.
Check him out there, guys. Peace.
Welcome to Snap Fitness. This is my gym.
And my gym.
And this is my gym.
And my gym.
Here at Snap Fitness Marana, we welcome all kind people trying to stay healthy.
Ready to make us your gym? Click the link below, message us on social media, or give us a call 520-400-4646.
We are Jet Sports Training, where our mission is to cultivate champions. This is where athletes come to get faster and everyday people come to change their lives. This is not a gym, but a community. Come get jetted.
About to take off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lot of y'all doubted on me. Now they like, wow, look how far you come. Legendary like all my idols, coming for it all, and I can't wait. Success just called and I got me a date. So I grabbed my ambitions and I'm on my way. Cross the wrong line and it's bad news. Might get burnt like a candle. We too hot to handle. World at my feet like a sandal. I only move when I plan to. Your moves could get canceled.
What's up, guys? I gotta tell you about this brand new spot in downtown Tucson. De Novo Market and Tap is one of the best up-and-coming spots. They got on-the-go food, they got coffee, and they got some really good craft beer. Make sure you go check them out at 177 North Church Avenue. Make sure you go say what's up to my homie Wrigley as well. He's the owner. What's up, guys? This show is sponsored by one of my best friends, Erica Sanchez, who's with Brows with Erica. She's one of the best persons in business when it comes to getting your eyebrows done. Make sure you go check her out at 6050 North Oracle Road, Suite H.
My name is Philip Aguilar.
Yes, sir. We don't fucking play. We don't fucking play.
What's up, guys? This show is sponsored by Highwire, the #1 nightclub in downtown Tucson. If you're looking for the best cocktails, #1 DJs, and just overall great vibes, Highwire is where it's at. Let me tell you this. The bartenders pour freaking fast. What's up, guys? If you're looking to take your baseball game to the next level, Southern Arizona Baseball Academy has you covered. Overseen by legendary coach Andy Lopez, SABA is a top-tier training baseball team in Tucson, Arizona with elite coaching like experts Dave and Dallas. Right now, SABA is looking for coaches who are passionate about developing young athletes. If you love the game, this is your chance to make an impact. Check them out at southernarizonaBaseballAcademy.org and be a part of something great. Hey, Southern Arizona, looking to buy or sell a home? Call Dallas. He's just not a top-tier baseball coach, but he's a real estate pro with the #1 team in the state, Danny Roth team. Young, motivated, and ready to help you find your dream home. Dallas is your guy. Call or text him at 520-449-1950 or email him at dallashal@dannyroth.com or visit him at 744-5 North Oracle Road, Suite 201. Let him know that Ruth sent you in from Southern Arizona Sports Talk. Shout out Mercedes.
Bro, she's worn so many hats between us, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, she's my lover, my wife, the mother of our kids, my manager, you know, partner at the gym, coach, I coach her. There's just so many roles that we play with each other that we were like, we need to cut one of these off. Go out with another sports agent so they could manage you. Because I'm a super diva, to be honest. If you guys didn't know. But she didn't like that I was depressed and that I've been kind of just like in this slump. And she reached out to this promotion. It's a brand new one in Las Vegas. It's pro only. Yeah. It's called Birchak Promotions.
Okay.
They fight at the Aliante Casino and Hotel in North Vegas.
Nice.
They've fought at Red Rock before. They've done a couple places, but this next one is going to be at in North Vegas at the Aliante Hotel and Casino. So I'll be fighting another UFC vet. His name is Nick Aguirre.
Okay.
Yeah, slick Nick Aguirre. He's 9-2. He's it's actually a really, really good matchup because he's kind of like another wrestle jitsu guy.
Okay.
Southpaw fighter, and we have a very similar style, but from what I've seen, like he's just uncomfortable on his feet, and anytime he gets that sort of pressure, that's when he starts going to his wrestling stuff.
So you're going in there ready to scrap throw some hands, man.
You know what I mean? Like
I've seen you go, man. You don't care. You just go, bro.
I don't really want to wrestle this fight. Like I want to get it. I want to get in there. I want to throw some chingazos. I haven't been in a fist fight in 4 or 5 years, and
other than that, how are
people? Yeah, people on the daily keep testing me, and it's just like I need an outlet, and like sparring doesn't scratch that itch, jiu-jitsu doesn't scratch that itch, ADCC doesn't scratch that itch for me. So, I'm really looking forward to not only the training camp and the preparation of this. I just told my wrestlers that I hate the process, right? But like I realize
it's a freaking grind, especially in MMA, man. That's what people don't realize. You're in the grind for 3 hard months most of the time.
Yeah, and I'm trying to explain to them, like, you guys need to enjoy the process. And they're like, well, coach, the other day you said you didn't enjoy the process. And I go, how old are you? He's like, 16. I go, I've been doing this since I was 4 years old. I've done this twice your lifetime now. I go, so my process is old hat. Like, I'm done with this process. But in that conversation, I realized I don't not enjoy the process. I don't enjoy the start of the process because you're shaking off ring rust. I'm fat. I saw a fucking video that I put up the other day of me hitting mitts, and I'm like, why didn't you assholes tell me I was fat? Like, what the fuck?
Sorry, you gotta get that sensor ready sometime.
Dude, yeah, bro.
I lied. That's why I'm excited to have you on, bro. It's always a great show.
I'm gonna get you guys canceled, bro.
No, it's all good, man. We don't play by those rules.
So, but yeah, I mean, that's the next big announcement, right? Is after wrestling season's done, I'm going to be going 100% full bore into my training camp.
And what's the date on it?
March 28th.
March 28th. It's coming up, bro.
Yep. So I'll have a ticket link coming up soon. I think I got like 44 days left. And I think it's about like 6.5 weeks or something like that of training plus the fight weeks, so maybe like 5 weeks.
Yeah.
But I've been wrestling with the kids. I'm in good shape. I've been hitting my treadmill work now. I'm working with, Ruben from Sweet Science Boxing today. So getting back on my mitts and stuff like that with a really, high level boxing coach is something I'm super excited about.
Heck yeah. So some of the guys are probably wondering, because we got a lot of baseball players too. They're probably, what goes into an MMA camp, man? What is kind of give us like your schedule when it's hardcore, getting ready to go. Give us that 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Yeah. So, with all the other stuff that I got going on in my life, I'm waking up at 5 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm getting 3 miles in on the treadmill, and then I'm walking. I try to stay disciplined to stay on the treadmill for 35 to 40 minutes. So
what are you doing? Like runs, high intensity stuff?
I mean, I start at probably like 5.5 for the first 3 minutes, and then I crank up to like 6.5, 7.5, and then for the next 15 to 20 minutes, I'm anywhere between 6.5 to 8.5 miles an hour.
Oh, geez.
Super high output.
You could run down some dude right now.
I try to get my heart rate to 175. And then at the end of my 25 minutes, I monitor my heart rate and I try to drop it back down into the 100s. By 130, I'm back to 130 by a minute. So right around like
that minute 45, break you get between each round.
So
basically.
Right around 45 seconds, I bring my heart rate from 175 back to 130. The hard part is getting my heart rate from 130 to 99. That takes me a long ass time.
That's 100% recovery right there.
That takes me a long ass time. And so like my resting heart rate, like anytime I go for a physical, they're like, do you feel lightheaded, sir? I'm like,
Was it at like 32 or something?
Yeah, 38 is the lowest one. And then
how the hell do you do it? So I'm freaking 24 and I can barely get down to 48.
Yeah, so 44 on average is what I'm at, and when it's at the lowest, it's like 38.
So when you're like prime day before fight, 38.
This is going to be like fight week. Up my resting heart rate will be like 38, 40.
Nice.
And then, you know, just going throughout the day anywhere between 44, 45.
Yeah.
So when they checked my blood pressure, I remember this nurse, she was like, do you feel lightheaded? And I was like, no. She's like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I have the child one on you. And I go, that's not going to change. I promise you. She goes, it will. And she goes back and it got lower. And she was like, what do you do? I go, I'm a professional athlete. She's like, oh, but what do you do? And I go, I'm, you know, like boxing, kickboxing, MMA. And she's like, I've never seen a heart rate like this low. And I was like, well, I'm dehydrated. So that also, but you know, majority of the time I had a doctor fail me on a physical.
Because you were in shape.
Dude, the question was, does the patient have an abnormal or normal heart rate? And this guy fucking put abnormal.
Good job, Savi. That was a good timing, bro. Yeah, Savi. Hell yeah.
So this guy put abnormal because he goes, well, this isn't normal.
Yeah.
And I go, yeah, it's not normal for fat fuck America, but like I'm a pro athlete, dude. What are you doing? So I ended up having to spend $750 out of my own pocket to go to a cardiologist, and the cardiologist would be like, that guy's an asshole. Beep.
They don't realize when you're okay. First of all, you got to be crazy if you're going to step in a cage.
Yeah.
So either way, you're a crazy athlete in general.
That should be the first question. Is this guy normal? No.
If you like getting in the face, you're not normal.
So I've had problems with my heart rate being low.
Yeah.
You know, and like that was the biggest one.
In overall MMA, that's a good sign of where you're at, right?
Absolutely. That one enraged me. And the cardiologist had one of the coolest
I'd hate to be that person that's checking you in.
The cardiologist had one of the coolest lines ever. He's I think he's Dr. Singh. He's over on Glen and like Craycroft between Swan.
Okay.
He's checking my heart rate and he goes, I'm so sorry that you had to spend the $750.
Did he give it back to you at least?
Hell no. The doctor goes, the guy that checked you previously has never seen the heart of a lion in a man. And I go,
ooh,
dog, what? That's bars.
Dude, you got to get a shirt like that, or
bars. Man. And I was like, he goes, I'm really sorry. He's like, you're just in absolute fit peak condition.
Is that right after you knocked out Joe Soto?
No, that was like before combat. I had to compete in California, and California is one of the only ones that requires like 3 heart tests. Normally, normal boxing commissions only do like a EKG.
Yeah.
Right, which is just reading the heart rate. They require EKG, ECG, echolo, like all kinds of stuff.
Jesus Christ, they're making sure you don't end up like Kimbo Slice having a heart attack right afterwards.
Yeah, and it's because one of our athletes that got pulled off that I was replacing had it's just where the heart flutters, it doesn't beat. I can't remember what it's called. Arrhythmia, maybe.
I'm a business major. I know nothing about that. And I've been told I'm heartless.
So anyways, that was like the worst part of that whole thing.
Oh geez, man, I can't imagine being that and just like you're having to pay because you're in shape.
Yeah, but what goes into it? So like for these baseball guys, like they know what 3-a-days there are. You know what I mean? But like I having an impact practice for 3 practices.
Go into that, bro, because that sounds huge.
So impact practice, right? Like wrestling is an impact sport. It's a combat sport. Boxing, combat sport. You know what I mean? Even like if you think about running, treadmill runs, that's impact on your knees, impact on your hips, impact on your lower backs. All of us have to run as athletes, no matter what. Like I mean, unless you're like that winter sport,
or if you're taking EPO or something.
That too, yeah. But what's that winter sport? Curling, where they push the little thing around the ice and the little guy like.
Oh, I just called it.
Yeah, you don't need to run for that.
Yeah, freaking. When I was at St. Michael's, man, they used to say I used to be really good at that because I was Mexican.
Yeah,
and
dude, Mexico should have a gold medal Olympic team for the little broom guy. But so like right now, 5 a.m. getting up, running. I'll go to kettlebells at 10 a.m., which I teach, but I also participate in. So we're doing 6-minute rounds, 6 1-minute rounds with different kettlebell functions, targeting and isolating one muscle group. So Mondays usually legs or shoulders, right? Tuesdays is a full body. Wednesday is absolutely always going to be core. And then Thursdays, either legs or shoulders, alternating if we didn't do it the other day. So then after that, I have a break from lunch, go to Cienega, and I wrestle with the kids from 3 to, I start my journey at 3, end up from 4 to 6, come back home 6 to 8, 6:30 to 8 o'clock. I teach jujitsu class at 10th Planet, and then I'm rolling for 30 minutes after that. And then after that, if I have enough energy, I'm going back to Vasa and hitting another treadmill run for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then in the sauna for about an hour.
Jesus Christ.
And it's not a continuous hour. It's 20 minutes in, 10 minutes out, 15 minutes in, 7 minutes out, 10 minutes in, 5 minutes out.
Jesus Christ. So, like, one thing, kind of get a little bit more serious note right here. Who put this mindset in you, bro? How did you get like this? Because there's
my tata.
Tell us about it, man. Tell us why.
You know, my tata, I didn't find out till later in my life after probably my tata was like dead 2 years. I found out he would do bare knuckle boxing things at all, like the like the cantinas up and down. He would go to like Magdalena. He would go to Hermosillo. He would fight Nogales. I didn't find this out till 2 years after he was dead.
How old were you when he died?
It was 2020 when he went. So
you didn't know anything?
I didn't know any of this, but he's watched me fight. He's been at my UFC fights. And he never really liked my style. And like, I remember I was trying to show him one time at my Diaz house. I was like, Tata, watch this fight. And he was just kind of like bored. And, you know, it was because I was grappling. I was taking people down. So we're coming back from San Carlos on a family trip one time. And my tío decides to start telling me about, your Tata used to be a bare knuckle boxer. I'm like, what?
That's crazy.
They're like, yeah, they called him El Zorito, the little fox. And he was like your size, but he would fight everybody. And he wouldn't start stuff. It would just be like, this cantina had a fighter, and he was from the cantina in Sahuarita, or in Mezcal, where he's from in Benson, and he would just fight people. They started bringing in like Golden Glove boxers from California for him. Guys from Phoenix would come down, and I remember a piece of advice he told me: when you hit people, hit him in the clavicles.
Right here? Or just
in the clavicles, like clavicles and shoulders. And I was like, this guy doesn't know shit. He's not a professional boxer.
Yeah.
I didn't know this till 2 years later.
Why do you think he told you?
I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe he was embarrassed. Maybe I don't know. My uncle would tell me that he didn't like to fight, but it was just like, I was like, you don't not like to fight. Like, if he was in conflicts, he would finish stuff. He would never start it. And I'm like, of course. And apparently his brothers were always getting in fights, so he would always have to come to their rescue.
Oh yeah.
So it didn't dawn on me till I found out, like, okay, he was a bare knuckle boxer. No wonder he never liked my fighting style. I was always grappling guys on the ground. You know what I mean?
And he's with his bare knuckles going after dudes.
I'm trying to show you how to like destroy people's clavicles by punching them in the shoulders and stuff like that. So I started sparring after that. After I found out that information, I started hitting people in the clavicles, and I just watched their hands drop and drop and drop and drop and drop. And I go, oh, that's what it does. It just fatigues you enough that you can't hold your arms up anymore because your chest is bruised, your shoulders are bruised.
Yeah.
You can't hold your arms up anymore. And ever since then, man, that little gem of just hitting dudes in the shoulders, you'll see me miss. And he's like, oh, he's not hitting the chin. He's missing. And I'm not missing. I'm hitting you where I want to hit you. So that's been my Tata's work ethic was absolutely what set the tone with us. He worked for the mines for 40 years. Even when he retired, he went back the next day, and they're like, Frank, you're done.
Oh, shoot.
And he's like, well, I'm bored at home. They gave him a truck, and they just said, okay, check on the young bucks. Just go up and down.
So was he doing that for free, or were they paying him for that?
They were paying him. But, you know what I mean? He was just driving the trucks, walking, and he's still working. Yeah. You know what I mean? And just remembering, like, he would leave at like 3 or 4 in the morning. He'd wake up at like 3 in the morning, water all the plants on our ranch, go to work at 4:30. He would work from 4:30 to like 4:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And then I remember he'd pick me up and he goes, hey, let's go clean this lady's yard. We got to go. She's too old. And I'm like, you're 70, 80 years old. How old is she?
Yeah.
He's like, she's 80, 90. You know what I mean? But she doesn't have anybody to clean her yard, so we need to go do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, you just work a 14-hour day. And he's like, yeah, but more work's got to get done. And like that's the shit that's stuck with me, bro, forever.
Yeah.
And compared to him, I'm lazy as shit.
Savi, you're getting good at that, bro.
You'll understand. You'll figure my patterns out soon. Especially when I get angry, it's gonna start flying. You can probably just beep anything. But yeah, dude, my thought Frank Gonzalez was where that work ethic came from.
Dude, it's crazy because I lost my grandfather when I was 6 years old, and you're saying some things, and it was so similar to me. Like my grandfather used to work at the mines. Like he would take care of the whole family. So when he passed away, we had to teach my grandma how to put in gas.
Oh, dude, he did everything.
He did everything, and you talk about that, and part of me is like, that was my thought in a way, and kind of I grew up seeing him do everything, cleaning it. Here's the thing: the biggest thing that took a hit when my grandfather went to heaven was the yard. Man, that dude knew how to clean yards like no other. We used to call it tatified.
Yeah,
it would just be absolutely clean. He was a hard worker, and kind of like what you talked about, man. The dude would do anything for his worst enemy. It doesn't matter. He would give his last shirt if he had to.
Yeah, and I like just seeing like as his health declined, the trees on the rancho started to decline, right? And it was like in a thing like everything's dying on this ranch. But it was because he would wake up every day at 3:30 in the morning and go water every single plant, every single tree, you know what I mean, twice a day, 2-3 times a day. And it's like nobody was doing that. Yeah. So you know, just thinking like I struggle to get up at 5 some days. I struggle to get up at 9 some days. There was a time when 10th Planet was happening where I wouldn't wake up till like 10:30 in the afternoon or 10:30 in the morning and then go teach 11 o'clock and then go back to sleep. And I'm like, God, that's so pitiful. But that's like, I should be doing so much more.
Yeah.
And you know, now I try to tell, you know, the kids when I'm coaching, like you were talking to the baseball coach earlier, like you always try to improve yourself as a coach now, right? At coaching skills. And I always tell them, you know, the road to the podium opens at 5 a.m.
Absolutely.
The road to the podium opens at 5 a.m. and the road's always free. Oh, I got every excuses. Well, I couldn't get to LA Fitness last night, coach, because it was late and I couldn't get my car and I don't have money for the day pass. The road's free.
Yeah.
Put your, you know,
Sat Fitness is open 24/7.
Get on the road. The blacktop's free.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, all in all, I mean that level of output and work ethic comes from, you know, that minor rancher mentality.
Yeah, it's a viejito mindset that was back in the day.
Viejito mindset, bro. They don't make them like that no more.
They don't. Guys, we're going to take a quick break. Then we're going to get talking about Cienega Wrestling because they have sectionals coming up. And let me tell you this, they're my pick for the state championships. We'll be right back, guys.
Welcome to Snap Fitness. This is my gym.
And my gym.
And this is my gym.
And my gym.
Here at Snap Fitness Marana, we welcome all kind people trying to stay healthy.
Ready to make us your gym? Click the link below, message us on social media, or give us a call 520-400-4646.
We are Jet Sports Training, where our mission is to cultivate champions. This is where athletes come to get faster and everyday people come to change their lives. This is not a gym, but a community. Come get jetted.
You don't know nothing about me, about to take off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lot of y'all doubted on me, now they like, wow, look how far you come. Legendary like all my idols, coming for it all, and I can't wait. Success just called and I got me a date, so I grab my ambitions and I'm on my way. Cross the wrong line and it's bad news, might get burnt like a candle. We too hot to handle, world at my feet like a sandal. I only move when I play to your moves to get canceled.
What's up, guys? I gotta tell you about this brand new spot in downtown Tucson. De Novo Market and Tap is one of the best up-and-coming spots. They got on-the-go food, they got coffee, and they got some really good craft beer. Make sure you go check them out at 177 North Church Avenue. Make sure you go say what's up to my homie Wrigley as well. He's the owner. What's up, guys? This show is sponsored by one of my best friends, Erica Sanchez, who's with Brows with Erica. She is one of the best persons in business when it comes to getting your eyebrows done. Make sure you go check her out at 6050 North Oracle Road, Suite H.
My name is Philip Aguilar.
Yes, sir. We don't fucking play. We don't fucking play.
What's up, guys? This show is sponsored by Highwire, the #1 nightclub in downtown Tucson. If you're looking for the best cocktails, #1 DJs, and just overall great vibes, Highwire is where it's at. Let me tell you this. The bartenders pour freaking fast. What's up, guys? If you're looking to take your baseball game to the next level, Southern Arizona Baseball Academy has you covered. Overseen by legendary coach Andy Lopez, SABA is a top-tier training baseball team in Tucson, Arizona with elite coaching like experts Dave and Dallas. Right now, SABA is looking for coaches who are passionate about developing young athletes. If you love the game, this is your chance to make an impact. Check them out at SouthernArizonaBaseballAcademy.org and be a part of something great. Hey, Southern Arizona, looking to buy or sell a home? Call Dallas. He's just not a top-tier baseball coach, but he's a real estate pro with the #1 team in the state, Danny Roth team. Young, motivated, and ready to help you find your dream home. Dallas is your guy. Call or text him at 520-449-1950 or email him at dallashal@dannyroth.com or visit him at 7445 North Oracle Road, Suite 201. Let him know that Ruth sent you in from Southern Arizona Sports Talk. Guys, so one of our homies, one of my really good homies as well, Anthony Birchak's best friend, it's his birthday. So we're going to do something a little different right now. Instead of having him call in, we're going to call him to see if he answers. Yeah, just put it right by the mic. If you don't answer, man, I'm going to be mad.
You just text me.
What's up, dog?
What up, dude?
What's up, Brian? Hey, you're on the air right now with Southern Arizona Sports Talk, brother. We wanted to wish you a happy birthday.
Yeah. Happy birthday, bro. I know you always get forgotten because it's Valentine's Day, but we wanted to wish you a happy birthday on the air.
I appreciate that, man. You guys are doing awesome. I love the interview so far. Let's keep it up.
Hey,
right,
Brian,
man.
I have a question for you. I'm single, man. Can you be my Valentine's Day?
No, man. You might want to hit up Chris for that, bro.
Oh, you did not go there.
All right, dude.
We'll did that live on my show, man.
All right, bro. Mic drop. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you, son. How did I know that was going to happen? All right, so let's talk about wrestling, man. What's up with Cienega Wrestling? Because we've already had one guy be our athlete of the week. Tell us what we got to look for. And I'm like you said, I think you guys are going to win this whole thing.
Yeah, you had AJ Berryhill as the athlete of the week, right?
That dude's a big dude.
Yeah, so we moved him from 215 to heavyweight. We figured he's long, lanky, kind of an awkward style for the heavyweight division, right? Everyone's pretty much like, short, thick meatball. We've ran into one kid from Sandra Day O'Connor that was 6'8", every bit of like 265 and swole.
Looking like Francis Ngannou out there.
Dude, he was huge, this giant kid. He'll be one of the top dudes for Division I at state as well.
Okay. Is he committed anywhere, like for college?
I haven't seen. That was like one of the matches that I would like to see is like him and Zayn,
okay.
right? And so anyways, our entire lineup has changed over the season, obviously, like anybody does. Injuries and weight stuff, and I just think where we're at now, we even made a switch up as of last night between our lower weights. And I think where we're at right now, we've been ranked number 2 in the state all season, only behind last year's state champions, which is Canyon View out in West Phoenix.
Have you guys done a duel with them yet or no?
No. They dueled Sunnyside and they lost like 76-3 or 76-6, and then we dueled Sunnyside and it was pretty much the same.
Not
score.
to get off topic, man. It's like a whole like Sunnyside's just crazy right now.
Yeah, they're just different.
Yeah,
they're just different. But you know what I mean? Like they do the same. It's the way they drill. It's the way they work. And you'll see these kids that they just lock in and practice. They get their reps in and they continue to work. And then I got, kids that are, playing tiddlywinks and stuff like that. And it's like, that's the difference. It's like those guys, like I jumped all over them the other day. I just wanted them to do jumping jacks for 1 minute. It was like a in between, we did 60 seconds on, 60 seconds off of shot drilling. And then I said, your 60 seconds off is going to be jumping jacks. And there was this kid that was jumping like right around 40 seconds. He just kind of like took a quick, like 3 steps, turned and did jumping jacks again. And I go, that little break, someone took you down.
Absolutely.
I go, you have to stay disciplined. You have to stay disciplined.
That's what I tell my athletes I'm around. I'm like, dude, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. You better be hustling 24/7. That way, when the game comes, you're ready to freaking run through a wall if you need to.
Yeah. So Scooby Wright put up a quote that I loved the other day, and it was like, when you know things broadly, you see it in all ways, right? And it's like, if I know how to get to the UFC, if I got to the UFC, I could probably understand how to get a kid to the MLB and probably understand how to get a kid to the NFL. Right. Exactly. The way you do anything is the way you're going to do everything.
Yes.
So, but yeah, we've been this whole week, that vibe has changed. They've been nothing but drill.
Locked in, ready to go.
Everybody's locked in. We look solid, man. And we've been undefeated in Division II all year long.
Have you had a tough match, like kind of back and forth a little bit?
Yeah, we put in like our C team one time against Ironwood Ridge and like CDO, and we barely beat them like 44.
You beat Ironwood Ridge with the C team? I'm sorry, when I was wrestling, bro, Ironwood Ridge.
Yeah, but that's when they had Danny Vega and what I mean, Trevor Wilson and all those guys. But like
Sergio Vega's doing good right now too. Buddy.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, dude. That dude's he's on the path to make millions in NIL money at OSU. So
yeah, shoot.
But yeah, dude, we've beat a couple of teams are like, me and coach are looking at each other like, we're trying to stay undefeated in our section, you know what I mean? But, we're going to put these little JV Warriors out there. And they crushed it for us, man. They've done it twice for us now. So, our overall dual record, I believe we only had 6 losses, 2 to Marana, 2 to Sunnyside. This one hurt. My brother's the coach over at Walden Grove, right?
Oh, shoot.
And we've had a little bit of static over the last year, just family shit. And we lost by a match and a half.
Oh,
and this dude rolled out 4 state champions against us. You know what I mean? And like,
so is Walden Grove and Sahuarita in the same division?
Yes.
Who do you got? So I got Tim and Paul coming in right after state.
Bro, it's always a race between Paul and Vic. You know what I mean? And like now that ALA Gilbert is in the mix, they're in like 1, 2, 3 spot.
Yeah.
But I think again, like it's crazy to think this. The 2 best teams in Division III are both from Sahuarita, Arizona.
Yeah.
How crazy is that? Like
it's
a
freaking,
small
well, it comes from people like you that made it to the highest level.
Yeah, but those aren't my age group genetics have not come back through yet.
So that means they're getting even better for even soon.
Yeah, they're gonna. I mean, these are random kids like from the south side that are going to they move to Sahuarita, they transfer there, or they go to Walden Grove. It's hard to find a lot of homegrown kids now. Like I got so many kids from Vail that moved to Sunnyside. You know what I mean? And like it's crazy to see where everybody goes. But
it's almost like college, man. I know some people that have moved cities to go to Pacific High School.
Yeah, it's crazy. Gabe Gallardo's going to be a 4-time state champion, right? And he went to Desert Sky Middle School.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure still he lives in the Vail School District. So it's like,
shoot.
Like those kids will go. It's hard to find like a good homegrown Sahuarita family that has stayed there.
Yeah.
The Wade family has been there. The little guy, 106 at Wade.
Okay.
I wrestled and played football with his uncle Billy Wade, and that kid was an absolute athlete himself. So now you're starting to see that come back through, but not as much as I anticipated. But yeah, to think that my hometown of Sahuarita, Arizona, has the 2 best wrestling teams. There is it's inspiring.
Yeah. You know the guy that I had for the interview with the Oakland A's, he's from Sahuarita too.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You guys are you guys got talent there, man. The baseball talent at Sahuarita, you realize that you've had Ian Mejia, Chris Barraza.
My stepdad, Steve Alvarez, was like scouted by the Mariners and stuff like that. So like this is constantly with great baseball players out of Sahuarita.
Great everything right now, brother.
Yeah. It's great everything.
And then you got another gym up and coming, Dominate right now too.
Yep. Red has always been such a great development of talent. That's another thing is he does a great job of pipelining talent to Saudita, to Walden Grove. And you know, that's kind of where we're at with Cienega is like, we just need a good feeder program. And right now there's 4 middle schools. There's Desert Sky, there's Corona Foothills, there's Rincon Vista. And I believe there's another one that's coming up in, OVMS.
Okay.
Right. And then there's another one that's popping up in Rincon Vista. So the Vail wrestling scene is just getting so enriched with, you know, amazing, talented kids. That's why you see Micah Mountain, you know, popping off and we're, you know, Cienega's having a resurgence. You know, when I look at like the landscape of tomorrow of seeing like, you know, the Division II landscape, the things that we've done over the season in our division, there's no reason why we're not walking out of there with the sectional championship.
Heck yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like I said, I'm going to try my best to get Saviana out there next week for the state. Because next week's the state championships in Phoenix, right?
Tomorrow's sectionals.
Okay.
This is going to decide everybody that punches in, you know, punches their ticket to state. And then next week, starting Thursday, is when it goes Thursday, Friday, Saturday, is when the state tournament pops off.
What time are sectionals tomorrow?
I believe they start at 10 a.m.
And it's just one, it's two days or one day?
It's just one day.
Okay,
just one day.
10 a.m. I'm going to try to get a guy out there. You got me excited, man. I want to watch this now.
There's D3s at Saudita, D2s are at Flowing Wells, and I don't know where D1s are.
So you guys are at Flowing Wells then?
Yeah, we're at Flowing Wells.
Oh, shoot. That's awesome, brother. Any guy that we need to keep an eye for that maybe like you've seen grow up from a freshman to senior that's just changed his whole freaking level?
You know, I got 2 freshman girl. Well, I got 1 freshman girl that'll be making a big statement. She knocked off Sunnyside in the semifinals.
Heck yeah.
She was the Sunnyside girl was the number 1 seed, and we got seeded at number 4. And I said, that's great. I go, anytime that I didn't get seeded number 1, I wanted to be seeded number 4 so that I can knock that number 1 seed off and be like, you know,
love that mindset.
I'm the big dog.
Awesome.
So she did that. She ended up beating Sunnyside in the semifinals and then Mountain View Marana in the finals. Her name's Isabella Santa Maria, but Deja Varner, who's our defending state champion heavyweight, you know, she's looking better than ever. And I mean, dude, from top to bottom.
Yeah, I'm excited, man.
I'm really excited about my senior Jordan Lamar.
Okay.
Yeah, Jordan Lamar.
I know you're talking about Angel, my friend. I call him the bear because how big he is. He's always talking about him, brother.
Yeah, his work ethic is unparalleled, man. He's done everything right. You know, you want to see the kids that are doing everything right. You want to see them have success. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's been absolutely a pleasure, a tremendous leader on the team. You know, rallying the troops and getting everybody, you know, in line and stuff like that. And you know, this last week, just seeing him when the energy's kind of low, when the kids are getting tired, you know what I mean? Everyone's, you know, trying to lose weight and the room's hot. Yeah. He's the one that's, you know, really hyping everybody
the
up.
Energy, the fire.
Yeah, he's keeping the energy up and high. And that's all we've been wanting from him as a leader. So, you know, he was ranked number 1, and actually ranked number 2 behind Sefa from Flowing Wells. And unfortunately, Seferino ruptured his ACL.
Oh, shoot.
So we moved into that number 1 spot.
Heck yeah.
So hopefully going into state, I believe we should be right around that number 1, number 2 spot as well.
Heck yeah. So one thing before we're out of time right now. Backseat Thrivers, I'm sorry. I'm going to be selfish right now. I want to pick his brain a little bit. So you have freshmen coming into the program for the first time.
Absolutely.
Maybe wrestling for the very first time. How do you get them to develop this mindset? Like, put your all in this. Make this your life for 5 months. And you'll see the benefits at the end. Because sometimes, like, I see freshmen coming in, and this is all sports, they still do other stuff. Like, it's baseball, or it's soccer season, and they're gonna go to a hockey game or something like that.
Yeah.
How do you make them buy in when they first get to your program at Cienega?
That's been our motto for this whole year, right? Is we're all in. Everybody's got to be all in. Not just the kids, but the parents. The culture starts with the parents. If you can get the parents to understand, like, hey, for 3 months we're wrestling. We're not playing hockey. We're not going to club volleyball. We're not doing any of this. This is what we need from you, right?
Yep.
If you're not willing to do that, there's somebody that is, right? And there's that Big X the Plug song that we've been talking about, and at the beginning of the song he says, 1, we can help you. 2, we can show you how to help yourself, and 3, we can have you replaced. Simple as that. There's going to be kids that are way hungrier, right? That don't play football, that only wrestle. And then you're going to have that kid that plays football, wrestles. And, you know, it's just kind of always that double sport.
It's good to play double sports. We're just in a different, we're in a different world right now.
The thing is, bro, is the years of winning a state championship in wrestling with only training the 3 months of the season are long gone by 2 decades.
Dude,
if you're not doing club, if you're not doing more, if you're not doing this, if you're not doing that, you're not winning. You're not even placing, right? You can't just come in the season and expect to have success.
Because you got guys training year round. Once that season over, they're already thinking about what's next.
And that goes for baseball, and that goes for football, and that goes for everything. If it's you have to dump in the level of effort that you want out of this.
Here, check this out. I'll end this with this. I'm gonna shout out to my dad because you know it's funny. After this last kind of journey in my life, I went to him and I said, Dad, I'll probably never raise my son or daughter the way you raised me, but thank you.
Yeah.
Because he had a rule. The only time you had a day off is when you did it 300 days in a row.
Yeah.
And then he kept track the whole time. He kept track somewhere else. I never knew what day we were on. And it'd just be that one day. It's just like, hey, son, 300 days. Have a good rest. But we'd still do something like he would make me do push-ups in the back or something.
Yeah. Well, here's the last one that I'm going to leave you with before we get off, right? I saw one of my fighters and one of my pro fighters lost the fight. And he came out of the cage and he was really sad. And he was like, you know, in the back, he started crying. I go, why are you crying? And he's like, I lost. I go, yeah, but you weren't supposed to win. He goes, what do you mean? I go, this is a part-time job for you, right? I go, you come to practice part-time. I go, you got part-time results. I go, you should just be happy that you had a fit enough body to come in the cage and that we were able to compete here and we had fun. I go,
Absolutely.
Don't get mad about part-time results when you put in part-time effort.
That's going to be a reel that takes off, brother. That's huge.
That's it.
I'm going to make my athletes watch this a million times, man. You said so many great things. Anthony Birchak, thank you for being on, brother. Good luck on your fight. I want to probably after this, I want to schedule for you right after the fight, brother, because I know you're going to knock this dude out.
Absolutely, man. I'd love you back. Thank you for having me on, and thank you for having, talk about Cienega and my upcoming fight and work ethic, boys.
Yes, work hard, guys. Make sure you catch them out. They're my pick to win the state championships. They got amazing coaches. Shout out to my homie Angel as well. Hey, guys, next week's going to be a good show. I got a couple homies coming in. I'll announce that on Monday. Peace out. See you guys next week. Make sure you guys stay on to watch the Backstreet Thrivers right after me. Thank you, guys.